Okay, guys, good afternoon. Welcome in once again to the Regular Guy DFS Fantasy Show. Sorry, this video's dropping a little late. It's really been a Monday around here. We had a little power surge last night. Some of my equipment needed to get rebooted, and so we're a little bit late getting this thing to drop. Again, if you're new to the channel, it's a pretty new channel. My name is David, and this is the show for the regular guy that wants to try and make a little extra money playing daily fantasy, much like I have done within the last year. And I'm just here to try and help you guys, to show you guys that you can make some money. You don't have to be a professional player. We're still on the lookout for an optimizer that works for a regular guy. Optimizers are costing money now, obviously. It used to be free back in the day. You could download an optimizer. There's a lot of different ones out there, guys, and I'm not opposed again to using one, but I'm going to start playing with a couple of them here this week and see if I can find something for us guys that is really simple to use, that we can take 10-15 minutes, run a few lineups, get our lineups made, and get on with our day. But anyway, as of right now, we still do it the old-fashioned way, and you can make money doing it the old-fashioned way. We had a great day. I took Easter off. My wife decided that it would be a good idea if I attended the Easter festivities, so I went ahead and broke down and did that. But we had a really good Saturday with some of our picks, so let's see if we can keep this going on a Monday. Today is an incredibly interesting slate, as we've got value opening up all over the place, and that's going to make for some very interesting lineup builds as we go throughout the day today. And there's even chances, I'm making this video at 1:28 Central Time, and there's chances that even more value could open up throughout the day. So I think it's going to be one of those studs and scrubs slates, if you will, where we might be able to jam in a couple of studs that are in pretty good matchups today into our lineups, because we do have, again, quite a bit of value that has opened up. And like I said, one of the things we're going to try to do on this show is get you a little bit different for your GPP plays. Or some days you just have to eat the chalk, and what I mean by that is when there's just obvious good plays by obvious good players, you just have to play them because you don't want to be the guy without them in your lineup when they go off for 80 points and you don't really have any chance to catch up. But I am going to try and give you every day a couple of plays that I think will be profitable and that might get you a little different than everybody else, what everybody else is going to, and that's the key. That's the name of the game in GPP Fantasy. So anyway, I don't want to take up too much more of your time. Let's get started with today's Pick 6. Pick 6 is going to begin today. Now, there's some good point guard options out there. We've gotten news that James Harden is not on the injury report. We're waiting on Bradley Beal. Obviously, if Bradley Beal doesn't play, then Russell Westbrook is going to become a fabulous option. So those two guys are probably going to be where a lot of people go to start their lineups, especially when they're going to have no problem fitting in the bigger salaries on this slate. But I'm going to go in the first play of the Pick 6. We're going to try and go a little bit different. I'm going to go with De'Aaron Fox. He's just been incredibly productive his last few games. I think a couple games ago he had one. Let's check out. I think he might have had a game that wasn't up to snuff as far as his standards are concerned. Let's look at the log here. Yeah, he's had a couple in a row, actually. I'm willing to take a chance on him again tonight. I'm looking for one of these 50, 60-point games like we were getting towards the end of the month last month. And this matchup should do it for De'Aaron Fox. As we know, Minnesota plays absolutely no defense, and couple that today, Minnesota is incredibly thin. They're a place that we're going to be looking to for some value plays today as well. But Karl Anthony Towns, great player, but he's not known for his defense, and they're missing quite a bit of guys. Sacramento just plays at an incredibly fast pace. Minnesota plays up pace. So I can see De'Aaron Fox coming out here and dropping a 60 piece, and that's exactly what I'm looking for, and that's why I'm going to go with him as opposed to Westbrook or Harden. But again, Westbrook, Harden, I don't have to tell you, if you play any daily fantasy, that Westbrook or Harden will also be very good plays on this slate. So moving on into the Pick 6. Speaking of Minnesota, this is where we're going to try and get two studs. in on this slate. And Karl Anthony Towns, Sacramento has nobody that can stop him. Sacramento doesn't seem to be interested in stopping anybody anyway. I think the total on this game is probably up around 220, 230. I haven't checked it yet this morning. But anyway, it's going to be up and down, fast pace. And Sacramento has no answer for Karl Anthony Towns. I'm expecting at least a 25-point double-double from Towns tonight. And again, sometimes when you find these fabulous plays, we want to get different in certain ways, but we also can't avoid or just ignore some obvious great plays. So this will be the chalk that I'm going to eat, because I imagine a lot of people are going to be on Karl Anthony Towns tonight. Minnesota's thin. That means there's going to be even more usage for Towns. So I think he's a lock and play tonight. And we'll go on to the next part of our pick six. Another guy that I think is also a lock and play tonight, and it's his teammate, and it's Mr. McLaughlin, Jordan McLaughlin. He started the last two games for Minnesota. He's been incredibly productive. Last game, 42 minutes, 38 fantasy points. Wasn't so good here the day before, 19 fantasy points. But again, Minnesota is incredibly thin today. They're just going to be looking for bodies to put out there. So I expect another high minutes game for McLaughlin, well over, I would imagine, 35 minutes. A lot of usage to go around. A lot of shots are going to be there for him. So at 4,400, he's somebody we can slide in here and help us with our value plays. And so I think if you're looking for value, Jordan McLaughlin is the guy that we're going to want to start with here today. Now, speaking of value, we know that Mason Plumlee is out. So, another lock guy for me. I would imagine, I can't see why Isaiah Stewart wouldn't get the start. It's a great matchup against OKC. Detroit's out of people. They're very thin today too. Yeah, this 27 minutes is probably the floor minimum for him tonight. They don't have anybody else to play center. So Detroit incredibly thin with some people as well. So we're looking for value to get some of these studs in. I think Isaiah Stewart is a great value play tonight. I expect him to play well over 28 to 32 minutes. And at that price, he should be able to pay off that $4,000 price tag quite easily. So the pick six continues. The last two that I'm going to give you today. This one I think is a little bit different than what a lot of other people might be playing. I'm going to go to Toronto, and if Fred VanVleet sits today, which we don't know for sure if he's going to or not, but if he does sit, I think Gary Trent Jr. is a fabulous play today. That price tag, $6,600, I think that's going to scare a lot of people off from Gary Trent Jr., but his usage is going to go up, and he's been great the last couple of games. I think the last two games he's put up on DraftKings 40 points, 30 minutes, 36 minutes, 40 points his last two games. I think he's a guy that gets overlooked a lot with Siakam and OG. We know Lowry's out when Lowry's playing, but Gary Trent Jr. has been very, very productive at 6,600. That feels a little too expensive for him, but if he's going to give me 40 points a night, then I'm very willing to pay the 6,600 for Gary Trent Jr. And the last guy that we're going to put in the pick six today is a guy that we had in our last pick six, and I'm just going to keep going back to him. Oklahoma City has, I think I wrote it down here, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. As far as I can tell, they've got 8 available players. Maldon, Svi, Kenrick Williams, Poku, Ty Jerome, Moses Brown, Darius Miller, and Tony Bradley. I think that's it. And Pokusevski has been incredibly productive when they have a full roster. He's been playing huge minutes. I think if we look here, yeah, 34, 33, 31, 32 minutes. That could even be higher tonight as we've got guys missing. He wasn't that productive last game, but I expect him to bounce back. He's going to get plenty of shots. He's going to have plenty of opportunities. And again, he's a guy that plays in blowouts. The last game when Oklahoma City got blown out by 50 or something like that, Poku finished out the game. So that's just more shots available for him if he's going to play in blowouts. Pretty much everybody on Oklahoma City. That's a place you need to look today for value. Oklahoma City and Minnesota, two good places to look for value today because they're just running out of people. Only 8 guys for Oklahoma City today, as far as I can count. So there's the pick 6 for Monday the 5th, guys. Hopefully this helps you out a little bit, gives you some directions to go in. Should be a fun day building lineups because, like I said, there's value out there, and we could even see more of it opening up. We're still waiting on news from guys like Kristaps Porzingis, Kyle Lowry, so Bradley Beal. So yeah, stuff's going to probably open up throughout the day, but hopefully this helps you out. If it does, guys, if you like this video, if you'd like to keep checking out this channel, if you'd hit that like button down below, I'd sure appreciate it. You can hit that little subscribe button, that little bell. Every time we do post a video, you guys will be notified when the new video is out. So yeah, if you enjoyed the video, guys, I appreciate it if you hit that like button. And we're going to go ahead and wrap it up for today on Monday. Good luck to everybody tonight, and hopefully we'll see you back here on Tuesday.